welcome to the Benny Talk. Today we are very excited because we have amazing people that have joined us today, and also thank you for joining us and for watching this podcast. We are very happy that you are spending time to watch us, and today we are really happy that we are bringing to you something that we don't always find on the internet. Okay, so we are going to talk about parenting in this generation, but we are going to hear from the teenagers' perspective. This is really amazing and I'm very excited. So today with me, I have these amazing people. Hi.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
So I have Adrian. How are you, Adrian?
I'm fine.
How old are you?
I'm 17.
17. Okay. Kyla, how are you?
I'm fine.
How old are you?
I'm 16.
You're 16?
Yes.
Okay. And Genesis, how old are you?
I'm 17.
17. So like you see, today we are strictly with the teenagers, and we are going to hear about parenting in this generation, but from their perspective. And I just have a few questions that we're going to be handling in this discussion, and we're going to really learn a lot. So let me start with Kyla. Yes. So how do you think parenting today is different from how it used to be in the generations before, for your parents and for your grandparents?
I think the parenting of this generation is different from the parenting of the other generation, because in this generation, parents don't have time for their children.
Okay.
Like to talk to them, to guide them, to counsel them. But then in the other generation, parents had time to talk to their children and to guide them, to give them a way forward. Yes. And also, in this generation, parents fear their children because
Yeah, that's true.
when they talk to them, they have fear that, some children have like high tempers,
Yes.
and they may commit suicide,
Okay.
something like that. So that's what parents fear of this generation. But then in the other generation, parents never used to fear children. Actually, they would beat them
True.
when they used to do something.
I know, right?
Yeah, with them.
And also, parents in this generation emphasize more on children's rights
Okay.
in a way that they don't want anyone to touch on their child. Like, let us say, like, they go out and then they abuse their neighbors. They don't want, they be like, but this is a child. They are still young. They don't know what they are doing. So, but in the other generation, parents never emphasized on children's rights.
Yeah.
Actually, when these children would move in the compound and they would not greet like the neighbors would scold them or like beat them. So,
And it was okay, right?
yes, it was okay with the parents.
Yes.
That's how
I
I
was
think.
beaten by my neighbor so many times, and that was normal, by the way. You got your dad, you complain, and your dad is like, "Why did you do that? In fact, he did well to beat you." So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, that's how I think the parenting in this generation
Okay.
is different from the parenting of the olden days.
Okay. So, do you think that this parenting right now is better than how it used to be before?
I think this generation in this parenting of this generation is not good at all, because children are actually getting spoiled.
Okay.
But the parenting of the other generation is actually, it was even better, because our parents are actually good and they have good behaviors. But these children of nowadays, they're not scolded by their parents, so they can do whatever they want. Yeah. So
Okay.
I think it is not good for this generation.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
And Adrian, so do you feel that your parents understand what it means to be a teenager? What it feels like to be a teenager? Do you think they understand?
On one reason, my parents do not understand what
They
it means.
don't.
Yeah, they do not understand. For example, a student has gone to school and maybe they have entered S5. So a student wants to choose this combination and really badly off, like they don't want to take it, you get. So they may have their reasons that this combination is nice. Maybe they don't have too much notes. Like, for example, chemistry, history has too much notes. I don't want to take it and all that stuff. So they decide that maybe I should take PCM.
Okay.
There aren't too much notes and all that stuff. So they take it over. But the parent then don't want the student to take it over. So in this way, parents will understand that the student really has this feeling and this desire to take over this combination. So they just say, no, I will not allow you to take this combination. And you won't take it. So the student has no option. And
wow. So they don't understand what you want. They don't understand what you feel like you want to do.
Yeah, they don't understand.
So what would you tell parents in that situation? What would you tell them? What can you do so that they start to understand what you're going through?
So they should encourage their students to express their desires, and they should let them be free with their desires, and
Okay.
and let them take over their subjects. Maybe they want to put on this clothing, and maybe they want to visit their friends. Maybe they want to use this gadget for research and all that stuff.
Okay.
So that they can be able to be free and be free with them and be happy. Because if the parent refuses the student from being free, maybe visiting their friends, the student will be very, very scared, and maybe the child will be very, very frightened that they can't express their desires to the parent.
Wow, this is really getting more and more interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to Genesis. You have really a beautiful name.
Thank you.
Rita Genesis. That's nice. So, do you think that your parents are more strict or more lenient? And how does that affect you, them being strict, or, how does it affect you?
Okay, at a point, I find my parent strict, and at a point, she's lenient.
Okay.
Because, let me give an example. It was one day, our visitation there at school. She came, I had a watch. My friend had given it to me. Then she was like, Prita, whose watch? I told her it's mine. Then she told me, I don't remember giving it to you.
Okay.
Where did you get it from? Then I told her my friend gave it to me. Then she was like, which friend of yours can even give you a watch? Then I told her, he's called Adrian.
He?
Yeah.
Wow.
Then she told me, can you please call him?
Okay.
Without any fear, I went to my friend. I called him. I thought the boy is not going to come. And I knew that would cause problems with me.
With your mama.
Yes. But God helped me. The boy came. When he came, he greeted. Then my aunt was like, so, are you the one who gave the watch to her? And he was like, yes. Why? She's my friend. She has been good to me since Form 1. We are friends. It's just like simple words for appreciation. Then my parent was like, okay, it's fine.
Okay, she understood.
Yeah,
that
she
it was
understood.
okay.
But that made me understand that she is strict.
Strict, yes.
Because I didn't expect that. But sometimes she's lenient with me. Whereby when you tell her something, she'll understand. You tell her, I want to do this, you're free to do that.
Yes.
Because in this era, like, we have to be exposed to some things.
Yes.
Internet, you're free at a point. Yes.
Okay. So what do you think is the consequence of being so strict? And what do you think is the consequence of being so lenient?
With that, being so strict may lead to, this may cause your teenager to be so low with you. Like, you're not cooperative with your parent, fearing to express some things.
Okay.
No freedom, you're not free with your parent, you can't talk everything, like whatever you want, you can't ask, because OVK, my parent is going to say no.
Yeah.
She's going to refuse. Why would I ask? That will make a child
Demoralized.
Yes.
And
Thank you.
lose confidence.
Yes.
Okay.
And being so lenient with a child, this may cause a child to go beyond their limits.
True.
Because the more you're free with your child, you're providing. Every time you're saying yes, whatever they ask, it's a yes. Whatever they want to go, it's okay. That's so, it's too much.
Too much, yeah.
A child may even reach a point of being like, since my dad can allow, let me just go.
Yeah.
Let me just move out. Let me just hang out with my friends. So,
You become spoiled.
for sure. I advise parents not to be so lenient with their children.
But to be a little bit strict.
Yes.
Okay. I hope everyone that's watching, whether you're a parent, whether you're a teenager, whether you are in between a teenager and a parent like me, I think this is information for each and everyone.
Yeah.
So thank you, Genesis. And so let me go to Kayla now. Do you think that your parents support you? In which ways do they support you well? And in which ways would you like them to improve in the way they support you?
Okay, for me,
Mhm.
my parents support me.
Okay.
And of course, some things are supposed to improve.
Mhm.
So in a way they support me. Of course, teenagers, the body changes, we go through
Yes.
everything like that. So when I come to my parents, like to ask them for those things I need, they provide them to me. They give them like with no fail or anything, or many questions or something like
Thanks to
that.
them.
Yeah. And also, in case like I have any problem, anything that is holding me back, like I can talk to them and they give me like advice.
Yes.
And they understand me, of course. Like they counsel me, they guide me, they give me a way forward. Yeah. And the things they should improve is that, like, sometimes when they give us the gadgets to use,
Okay.
it's not all about watching pornography or something like that.
Okay.
They should also understand that maybe we want to do like research work, or maybe like something that is not connected to pornography.
True.
Or maybe talking to our friends. Not all the time, it's just those things.
Yeah.
And also they should understand. Sometimes when like some things happen, like when you go to church and then you want to visit your cousins, they should understand that
Yes.
sometimes of course they should also not be so much understanding, but still at some points they should be understanding.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think they should improve.
Don't you think though that there should be that bit of communication? Like using the example you said, after church you want to visit your cousin. Do you just want to go to see your cousin without informing your parents that, you know what, I want to go? Because they are also parents. All they do is care about you. Okay. They want you, they want the best for you. Now, church service ended maybe at 11 and then 3 p.m. you're not yet home. Trust me, they will be worried. So don't you think there should be a bit of communication?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, there should be communication. But of course, sometimes we try to explain, we choose something like that. So they should also understand. Okay, they should also be somehow strict, but they should also understand at our point.
So
Not all the time they should be so much,
okay.
Yeah.
So
So much
the
into-
parents should have that room for understanding their child, because like Genesis said, the child can end up losing their confidence because the parent is very strict. Whatever you say is a no. You
Yeah,
just
true.
expect a no. Before even a yes, you already know mom will say no. So I think the parents watching, okay, we are learning, okay? So, Adrian, do you, what is that thing that you wish that your parents understood, or you wish that they understood about you being a teenager? Like, what is that you wish anyway? You just wish.
So, something that I wish my parents would understand on me and, say that, yeah, it's okay for him because he's a teenager. I wish that my parents would understand that I have a right to visit my friends because, yeah,
Is it a right?
personally, I don't have bad friends actually.
Okay.
Yeah, productive friends, people who give me advice,
Your parents know that those are productive.
but I want them to understand. I want them, since they trust me, they have been with me since childhood. I want them to at least not to have that negative mind about me.
Okay.
Even the issue of gadgets, parent gives you that gadget and they watch over you while you're using it. Just research work. I'm just researching about something. So I wish that maybe they would.
Do more.
Yeah.
We are learning, like I was saying, we are still learning and you're going to keep
Yeah.
learning. So the parents should understand really that still you have grown, okay, and you need
Yeah.
your personal space. You need, and they should
Freedom.
trust you. Because I'm still thinking about what she said. There's that fear of losing confidence in yourself because you know that after all, they don't trust me. Yeah, so Rita, so do you feel comfortable talking to your parents, despite the fact that you know that certain things will be a no, other things will be immediate yes, others
Yes.
will be okay, let's wait. But
Thinking about
do you feel comfortable still going to your parents and telling them things that you're going through, the problems you have, the different feelings? Are you free with your parents?
With that, not that everything I'm comfortable to say it out to my parents,
Okay.
because there are some things that they are really so personal, that they are between me and God. But still, there are some problems you face and you're like, I can't manage this. I have to share it out. Because if your parent is really free with you, you talk, you have time, obviously you have to tell them what you go through. For example, with me and my parent, we always talk. She asks you what's going on at school, which kind of friends do you have, so far what's going on. She even goes into those things of relationships. You talk,
Okay.
you share with her, and I'm really free. I can express myself to her.
Okay.
I can tell her everything without any fear, because she's good at that, at counseling and advising.
Okay.
Yes, but still, there are some things like, because you know she'll overreact. Because for me, I have a limitation with friends I have to hang out with. For example, at home, not everyone is good.
Okay.
So she tells me, this one no, this one no. And sometimes I fail because there are some people they are too much with you. They want to be with you. They feel so comfortable with you, but your parent is telling you no.
Okay.
And you have to talk to that person secretly. You have to talk to them secretly, and you don't want to tell them that, my dear, my parent refused me to talk to you.
Yeah.
Because you make them feel bad,
Yeah.
things like that. And there, I can't tell my parent, this and this happened, because she'll be like, I refused you, you're disrespecting, you know, such things. Sometimes I am comfortable to talk to them, sometimes I'm not.
Okay.
Yes.
So at what point are you not comfortable talking to them?
Unless they ask me.
Unless they
But
ask.
but if they have not gone into that, I can't. For example, sometimes the first challenges at school, a boy comes to you, such things, relationship things, and at a point you're not comfortable to share it with your parents because you know
You expect the reaction.
yes,
slap
the
you
reaction.
there.
They will slap you.
Yes, it's possible.
So, okay, hearing, I know that we cannot handle all parenting subject. Parenting is really big.
Yeah.
And we cannot finish everything today. But I would like you to give an advice to the parents that are watching. What should they know about parenting in this generation from your perspective? Like you're kind of advising a parent.
Yes.
True.
Okay. I would advise parents to always have time with their children.
Okay.
Talk to them. Because I know most parents think their children are young for some things.
And yes, they've gone.
And yet they have grown. They're exposed to phones. They have phones, internet. They know things. They know just because they hide. They know. So parents
Yeah,
should
true.
try to talk to them, advise them, tell them this and this will happen. Yeah, that's it. Advice, counseling. They should not fear their children.
Yeah. Okay. Adrian, what is that you would like to say?
So me, I would like to advise parents I would like to advise parents on the way they approach to their children, because in a way, if a parent approaches their children in a bad one, they say, Jeremy, first come, I saw you with this girl or with this boy.
Oh, so that when they approach you,
Yes.
should be strategic.
Yes, should be understanding, because we should give us our space as children, and we should express our our feelings, so in the right way, not that every time I'm phone with a friend or I'm phone with the gender of opposite sex, they will think that maybe I'm relating with them, yet I'm not. Maybe if I'm phoned with a phone, they think that maybe I'm watching something that is obscene. So they should understand, they should be free with us, you get, like,
Trust you as well.
yeah, they should trust us, and know that our children are so good. You get?
Okay.
Yeah.
Kayla?
So the advice I give to parents is to give them time, to have time with their children.
Okay.
They should not leave them with their maids, or they should have that time with their children.
Yeah.
Because if we don't give our children time, they will also not have the guidance and the counseling.
True.
And also, parents should, can I say, they shouldn't fear us.
Some parents fear.
Yeah.
their
And
children.
also
True.
limits.
Okay.
They should also put some limits on some things, because when our parents fear us, of course they won't put those limits. Once I come and say, Mommy, I want to go visit my friend, I just go out, because my parent does not have any limit and fears me. Of course, when she backfires, I may do something, or I may get annoyed and I commit suicide. So they should have those limits. They should be like, if this rule is in my house, not going to anyone's place, it is a rule. They should have those limits and the rules.
Okay.
Yes, that's the
That's
advice I give to the parent.
Now, as we wrap up, right?
Yes.
We've talked about parents. It's like we've attacked parents today. Which is
True.
good, yeah, because this is really something we rarely find even on the internet. And some parents, like, they don't know really what we teenagers are going through, okay?
Yes.
But then, what advice can you also give to a fellow teenager with regards to how their parents are handling them?
Okay. In this generation, since we are facing a problem of gadgets,
Yes.
teenagers are too much with their gadgets. I would advise them, at least let them have time. If this and this is not yet done, I don't touch my phone.
True.
We know you have a lot of things you want to do. I want to talk to this one. I have 100 messages to answer.
Okay.
That's okay. But in your free time,
Yeah.
at least give time to housework, respond to your parents whenever they want something.
Yes.
Do it in time. Because sometimes also parents find it challenging. I got pity of you. I gave you a phone, but you're misusing it. You're using it at a wrong time. Teenagers should have limits with their gadgets.
I agree.
Yes.
Adrian?
I advise teenagers to obey their parents.
Okay.
Yeah, because they really need to obey their parents. Their parents know much more than they do not know. Yeah.
Yes.
Because their parents may be telling them the right way to go. Do not be with this girl. Do not put on those pants that are too short for you. But when the child feels like, this is what I should wear, this is what is trending, this is what I should be. I'm a teenager. Who would tell me anything? I'm
They
grown.
don't see the consequences.
They feel so big, So I advise them to listen
True.
to their parents and obey them,
Yeah.
because their parents have reasons why they're telling them to do certain things. Maybe they'll get spoiled. Maybe they'll be responsible fathers in future,
Yeah.
and they'll have maybe they'll get drunk or something like that.
True.
Just something that started when one was young and it grew in them. Just charity begins from home.
Yeah.
So I advise children to listen to their what?
Parents.
Their parents.
True.
Specifically teenagers, because teenagers feel big and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yes, Kyla.
So me, the advice I give to fellow teenagers is to understand our parents.
True.
Because one of the advice to parents was to understand our children. So it should also go back to like the teenagers to understand our parents.
Yes.
Sometimes we ask our parents for funds, for maybe to visit our friends, but like we don't understand our parents. We think that they don't like us or something like that. They tell us don't visit this part. They know like the consequences that come with those things. So if your parent tells you that don't do this, try to understand them and give them also sometimes some space. Even don't over ask for many things like funds, even like those unnecessary things.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, of course, not every parent has that money to provide for their children the funds.
Yeah.
Because maybe they want to fit in that trend or something like that.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would also advise teenagers, my fellow teenagers that are watching. Like I remember when I was in senior 3, senior 4, I used to really be very stubborn. And I got to understand that my parents were right very many years later. And then I thank God that I didn't fall into the traps and all that. But I think I would regret so much if I continued with the path I was going. So to add on everything you've said, I think that parents have been teenagers before. They understand very well what we are going through. Sometimes, maybe in this generation, they don't understand. But trust me, before they became parents, they've been teenagers.
Teenagers.
So they well know and like to add on what I said again, they only look up to our good. They want us to be okay. They want the best for us. And so everything, all the advice they give us, everything that they tell us to do, trust me, it's for our good. So I advise our fellow teenagers to really listen to their parents, to avoid regret later, because trust me, your parents want the best for you. And to the parents that are watching, we have really learned a lot. For me, I think I fall in the middle.
Yeah.
But we've really learned a lot. And if you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you have any additions, feel free to drop into the comments, and we are going to be happy to read you. And thank you so much for coming. I really hope that this is not going to be the last time. I'll see you again very soon. Thank you so much for coming to the Benny Talk. And to the viewers, thank you so much for watching the podcast from beginning to end. Wow. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye.